Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be playing Binary Land, made in 1985 by Hudson Soft. Well, to be clear, Binary Land wasn't actually made in 1985. It was actually made in 1983 for the FM7 computer. This version is the Famicom version, and for many people it's the definitive version of the game. So, first, a quick overview. Your goal is essentially to reach the top of a maze, but there's a twist. You control one of two avatars simultaneously, and their moves are mirrored, as you'll soon see. If I move left, he moves right, like so. You have a bug spray, which you can use to clear cobwebs and spiders, which you certainly don't want to run into. But there's a twist. The maze is asymmetrical, so I may be snagged. Sort of like this. So your goal is to coordinate each other's movement to manage their separate paths so that you end up in the right place. Oh, by the way, there are sometimes special items. I'm not sure why I can't get this one though. Maybe I have the wrong penguin. Well, let's see if this works. Nope, that doesn't work either. Well, let's just get out of here. Oh, not much time either. Okay. Oh, that was close. So, there are now cobwebs everywhere, and it gets significantly more difficult. Oh. I believe you do get an extra life for collecting up score, so those are always nice to pick up. Oh, yes, the whale. You want the whale. It just disappeared right as I was getting it. Normally, it would make you invincible. I can't find anything, so let's just get out of here. Now at this point, we should hit the first bonus round. The poor penguin. Let's help him. There we go. The first bonus round is pretty simple, actually. You have plenty of time. Oh, yes. Let me show you what this does. It makes you really fast and invincible. Just run over everybody. Oh wow, there's three cobwebs in a row. Three cobwebs in a row up in the top left corner. This is extremely difficult, as you can imagine. Okay. This is the first really difficult screen. It's difficult to line the penguins up in the way that they don't get snagged. You see there's not a lot of room at the top of the goal. There's a little bar in the top left corner, so you can't just, push them all the way to the edge of the screen and then go back again. So you have to be a bit more careful in how you approach this. Now, in the later levels, you'll find yourself pausing a lot. So let me take a good look at this. It's not immediately clear what you're supposed to do here, so you do end up having to try out a few things. So let's well, I think it's pretty obvious what we should do from here. Fortunately, I wound up in a good position to start with. That doesn't always happen. Oh wow, I messed that up. Hold on. I had that. I had that. Okay, well, let's try. Oh, yeah, I can go up through here. Wow, there are a lot of spiders this time. Okay. We're making progress. That wasn't too difficult. And we have plenty of time to scour for items. And the best part is that since you have 2 penguins, you can search any 2 places at once. And this probably would cut down on the time I needed if I knew how to do it. Oh. Okay, I just pushed myself into a bad situation. Okay, this works better. Now, yeah, I have to be at this block here. That's good. I wonder if I'll get far enough to show you the other enemies that appear, because there are other ones besides spiders, and some of them behave in one of them behaves in very interesting ways. Okay, good, good, yes, want this. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a bit complicated. Because you have even less room to maneuver, and you clearly can't just do this the normal way. Okay. Oh, okay, this is fine. Okay, so the game kind of keeps going on like this, and so I'm going to just try and get as far as I can, and then we can talk about what the game is as an object of design. Oh. Good. Yeah, for a lot of these later stages, the game is really just flail around, confused until you find the whale, then destroy everything. And this isn't even a particularly difficult arrangement either. Okay, second bonus round. Yeah, this one's already a bit more difficult. I think I might have already messed it up. Oh, wow, missed it. That's not a good sign. No, wait, I could still do this. Okay, okay, and we made it. Let's see if this is it. Oh, good, yes. There's a bird. And if the bird touches one of the penguins, you'll see. You don't die. You switch places. So now that you're kind of used to the movement of these 2 penguins, it does kind of complicate that aspect of the game. Oh wow, I accidentally got my friend in a pickle. Oh no. Oh dear. Yeah, I definitely haven't collected any extra lives or anything like that. Oh. I got put in the cobweb by one of the spiders. And now I'm stopping to eat a cupcake. Hold on. I will save him. Okay. Oh. I wonder if it was even possible to get that. Okay, now all we need to do is get out of here. And we should have just enough time to make it to the end. Later on, there's a fireball enemy that is impervious to your attacks or even to invincibility, and that makes things even more complicated. I can't say for sure though whether we'll get in. Oh wow, I already got that person cobwebbed. See, you get so concerned with, you know, finding items and other power-ups and stuff that you start to neglect your partner, and that's never a good way to go through with a relationship. And voila! I could actually end up doing a whole bunch of rounds this time. Oh, good. Yeah? Oh. It was the bird. Oh, wow, that's... Okay. Sometimes you have to focus on the other penguin, and they become difficult because the other penguin moves completely in reverse. Hey, wait a minute. I didn't have a lot of time left. Okay. I'm positive we can get it done this time. Oh, yes. And voila, the whale is completely overpowered. I don't know what I'd do without it though. Okay, no fireball yet. I forget, how late does that one appear? Oh. Okay. Okay. Huh, the next bonus round. Okay. Oh, yes. Whoa, I just barely made it. Huh, wow, this is going to go on for a while. Okay, here's the fireball. So the thing with the fireball is that you can't spray it, not even invincibility hurts it. So, it's just kind of there. Oh. See, that's difficult because everything you do is in reverse. Okay. Okay. Huh. Oh, I got points for unlocking the Saturn thing. And that's about as far as I was able to go. So now you have a general sense of what this game is like and how you play it and how it goes. And I made it to the top of the high scoreboard by a pretty wide margin, too. Okay, well, let's see. How do I do this? Oh. Okay. That's good. you have a sense of what the game is like, I'd like to talk about why I love this game. And I do love this game. Well, it's a game about love. And I think that's an easy thing to overlook. It's very easy to imagine a game that layers the idea of love on top of the core engagement in kind of a shallow way. But in Binary Land, love is the core engagement. You can read the rules of the game as a kind of text and find that it has something interesting to say about the subject. And in the way it presents these two characters who are mirror images of each other. I think what it really says is that difference is there and it is real, and you can't really ignore it or pretend it's not there or downplay it, but you can navigate it. It's not insurmountable. It's a game that kind of asks you to listen, to kind of step outside your own perspective and try to see things from the viewpoint of your partner, to see things, to speak through the language of your partner. I think that if I were to sum it up in a sentence, it would be take me on my own terms. And I think what it wants you to avoid is getting so concerned with momentary problems, or avoid getting so caught up in your own perspective that you kind of enter a kind of a tunnel vision, as I mentioned earlier, and end up losing sight of your partner, or losing sight of yourself while trying to keep your partner safe. For instance, spending so much time on the reverse character that you yourself end up getting into trouble. You end up martyring yourself a bit for your partner. And I think it does this pretty incredibly for a game of its time. It actually the game does everything it can to distract you and force you to narrow your perspective. I think a lot of the game's challenges would be a lot simpler, a lot easier, if not for the cobwebs and the spiders and all that stuff. The thing about the mirrored maze, it wouldn't be that difficult if it weren't for the timer and all those other things that themselves aren't that difficult, but really just serve to stress you out, kind of throw you off balance psychologically. And I wrote something a while back, it might have been a couple of years back, for Plus and Fire Resist, where I was really enamored with the game, and I mentioned one of the things I really liked about it is that it did all of this with virtually no dialogue. And I mean, I don't want to become that kind of person that says, dialogue or cutscenes are necessarily bad for games. I think you can tell love stories in games with those things, and they can be very meaningful additions to the game. But to make something like this in 1985, it takes a certain kind of intentionality. It's not something that somebody does on accident. I remember finding that was one of the things that was really incredible about this. Somebody would have to want to make a game this way, and that's easy to imagine now, but it would have been sort of strange to see somebody make a game that way at the time, even though it builds on a pretty established maze format. The maze games were popular at the time because of Pac-Man and games like that. Now, what I remember also about that essay I wrote, at the end of it, I said something to the effect of, I'd like to think that whoever made this game had a long and happy marriage. And it's funny that I should have put it that way, because sometime afterward I discovered an interesting Easter egg, and I think that it really opens up the game. So to do it, you'd have to press A and B on both controllers. You know, I assume you're supposed to, you know, bring a loved one in and have that person with the other controller. I'm just going to press both the buttons myself on this because I'm alone. So you hold both of the buttons, and then you hit reset, and this could take a few tries, but let's see. Hold on. You have to get the timing right on it. I'm pretty sure I can do it though. Oh, okay. Yes. KIKU MEGU Love Story. So, this changes the game actually. It opens it up in a way. It adds another layer to it. See, what that does is changes the names of the penguins. Ah, great, now I have to do it again. Hold on. Okay. And there's another twist, and I can show it to you now. Now, when one of the characters gets caught in the cobweb, they cry for help. And this is so adorable, but even beyond that, there's actually a very deep significance to that feature, because the game was programmed by somebody working under the pseudonym KIKU. Now let me think. I believe I have the full name of him somewhere. Just a moment. Now, for what I was able to find, and I'll have links to relevant information in the description. From what I was able to find, the game was programmed programmed by somebody named Kikuta Masaaki, who, as legend has it, and I say legend, but a lot of this has already been confirmed, was in love with another employee at Hudson, and that's Megu. So this person kind of hid this message in there, and he also hid an identical message in another Hudson game called Challenger. And there's another, you know, set of button inputs you have to enter to make that message appear. And what really stands out to me about this, besides just, you know, being adorable, is that it sort of makes it clear that this is what the game is really meant to be about, that it's not a misreading of it at all. You know, it's likely that the message was intended for Megu. In fact, that it's something that she was intended to see. In fact, you might imagine them sitting together at the Famicom, each with their own controller, and, you know, him telling her to hold both of the buttons, and I'll press both of the buttons, and you'll see what happens. And you can almost kind of imagine the look on her face when she saw it. does feel that like you're playing a kind of a digital love letter, as it were. And beyond that, it's a very teachable game, I think, in the methods it employs to get this feeling across. Even today. And it's kind of unfortunate that this game isn't better known. I mean, that's why I'm making this video. You know, it's really obscure. It doesn't even have a fandom to speak of. Even I found it by accident, you know. I spent my, when I was 13, I was living overseas in, oh no. When I was 13, I was living overseas in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and piracy is kind of rampant there. We bought a VCD containing like 150 different NES games. It says 300 games, but it really was just like a lot of them repeated. And this was one of them, and I kind of discovered it by accident, and I was completely in love with it after that. I never really forgot it after that point, but it hasn't really been available in America since. It wasn't available on the Virtual Console on the Wii before that, and that's gone anyway. I mean, you can't really... It's almost gone. So, I kind of just want to make sure that people are able to see this, to see what it was, to see what it was, to know that it was there and it did all the things that I'm showing you it did. This looks about right. It's not really a novel of a game. It's really more of a short poem of a game, but it's very concise. I think it's kind of amazing that it does this in less memory than it took for me to write about it, or than it took for me to talk about it. And I think if you want to talk to somebody about how a game can express an idea through its gameplay, this would serve as a pretty good case study, so I'd like for it to be around there for that. Let's see if I remember. There was one more thing, I think. Hold on. Before I close this video... Oh! It's a baby. Now I just need to finish the... See, if you finish the level with the baby, the round with the baby, I'm pretty sure it poses with the others. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Okay, I need to think about this because I have only 1 life left and I really want to finish this level. Okay, I think I have a plan. Okay, yeah, that will work. I mean, you really have to be... you don't really deliberately use Eric Satie in a game. You don't use Eric Satie in a game without knowing why you're doing it, I think. Oh wow. I just got somebody into trouble. Sorry about that. There was something I was going to say, and I can't quite remember what it was, and hopefully by the time I've either completed the bonus round or died another time, I'll remember it. Well, you get a sense of what the game is, I think. I didn't last very long at all this time. But that's okay. But I think that the Easter eggs are really important to understanding what the game is and what it meant. And I feel like if you're not seeing Easter eggs, you're really only seeing half the game. I encourage you to try this game yourself if you ever get the chance. I'm not really sure how you'd be able to find it though, considering that it wasn't really released. See, this is why I can never really be too mad at emulation and stuff like that, because a lot of the stuff I learned about game design came through emulation. I don't really know how I feel about that, but I guess... I wish that the industry was more accepting about these things, or that, you know, it wasn't so hard to pull this stuff off. Anyway, I think that's everything I wanted to say about it. If there's anything I forgot, I can add it in a note, I guess. But that was Binary Land. So... this was, that's it, I guess. Well, have a nice day, and thank you for watching. Oh, actually, if you like this video, I have a Ko-fi and Patreon and some other things that are in the description. I'd love for you to check that stuff out, because I learned a long time ago that I can't do this stuff for free. Okay, now I'm done. Goodbye.